If DaVinci had GPT. Now you guys might be thinking, what am I on about? So let me get into it. The first time I ever heard of DaVinci was actually in a video game. When I was young, I used to play Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood, I think it was, where DaVinci had to help Ezio. It was like some side mission or something to build something. I think it was a cannon. Honestly, I have no idea what it was. I don't remember. It was so long ago. But that's the first time I actually saw and heard of DaVinci. Obviously, everyone knows who DaVinci is. Everyone thinks of the famous painting, the Mona Lisa. But actually, when you think of Da Vinci, you think of him as a painter, but actually he was a polymath. That means he was good at many fields. He had achievements across multiple fields like art, science, engineering, anatomy, botany, music, you name it. And he used to carry like a notebook. And apparently those notebooks were like filled with just information of diagrams or whatever he was interested in, and that's what made him unique. And he had a vast amount of knowledge, and I think that is so important. Now, why is knowledge important? Knowledge is important because knowledge can translate to skills. When you have knowledge, you can teach others. You have skills. For example, with me, I worked in a cafe for 4 years, and in the time in the cafe, I learned how to communicate with customers. Time management skills. Even a bit of psychology, seeing how customers acted when this happened or that happened. I learned how to keep calm in difficult situations. There has been times where a customer was very rude to me and I had to stay calm even if I didn't like what was going on, because sometimes the customer's king. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is those skills I learned just working in a cafe have helped me till to this day. And if it wasn't for those skills, I wouldn't even be where I am today. So at the moment, I'm in my 4th year of medical school. And for example, talking to the customer in a cafe setting translates to me talking to a patient. I know it's 2 different things, but the communication skills, they translate over, and that's why skills are important, because they can translate to many fields. Now, the topic of this video is if DaVinci had GPT. Now, by that I mean, in this era we are in, or generation, whatever you want to call it, it's just so much dopamine. I have spent like hours on my phone without even noticing. I keep watching these edits. I've just watched The Boys. I've watched like 100 Boys edits a day. You know what I mean? And like everyone just gets sucked into this dopamine. It's crazy because it was this one day, and this is embarrassing, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. There was this day where I was watching 3 things at once. I think my brain was fried. My brain was genuinely fried. And it made me think, imagine if someone like Da Vinci was in this era. And, whenever we think about technology, we always think about the disadvantages, the bad stuff, but we never think about the positives. We are, in this modern day era we have AI. We have, thousands of AI. We have GPT, Gemini, Cloud, this, that. And I feel like people don't use these tools to their advantage. For example, if someone like Da Vinci was in this era, I think he'd be really successful. I think he'd do so much with the modern day tools we have. He'd use GPT. I can imagine him innovate his ideas. Learn more knowledge, this and that. Try things with the AI. I'd use AI as well. Now and then. For example, like if I'm stuck on a little question and I don't understand this concept, let's just say I don't understand tuberculosis, for example, I will ask the AI to explain it to me if I was like 10 years old, and that will help me explain it. That will help me understand it. So things like that is really important. I feel like we waste so much time on social media and stuff, and we should really use this modern day technology to our advantage. I know there are people who are doing that at the moment. They use AI to create videos, do this, do that, get video ideas and stuff. But like if someone like Da Vinci was in this era and had ChatGPT, I feel like he would just be OP. He would be overpowered, literally, because of the knowledge he would have. The things he would learn, the things he could innovate and create. So my whole point of this video is like, back in the days, back then, these people, I don't really know history, but I feel like these people were working really hard because 1, they didn't have as many distractions as there is today, and 2, they actually enjoyed working. They really enjoyed doing things. Now people can't work as much nowadays. Back then they were hard workers. Don't get me wrong, there are people who do work hard, but if you compared it from back in Da Vinci's era versus our era, Da Vinci's era would be way more hardworking people than us, and someone like Da Vinci just seems like he enjoyed doing things. You know, he'd see a certain thing. I don't know, I'm making this up, but let's just say like he saw the mechanism of a bed. You know, how does a bed work? He'd be interested in that. He would want to write notes on that and learn something like that. And I guess that's what made him a polymath. And imagine having that kind of mindset nowadays, where, you know, you decide to learn things even though, you know, you don't want to. So I think nowadays we all should really take time, stop using these social medias recklessly. You know, instead of watching an hour of TikTok, why don't we read a book? You know, learn some more knowledge, study consistently, exercise, do all these things, and take advantage of modern day technology like GPT, because if DaVinci did, I think it would do a really good job. Now, this video might just sound like a bunch of waffle, and I think it might be. But honestly, if it's any valuable or helpful or creative or whatever, let me know. And yeah, on this channel, I'm just going to talk about random things, like I did today. DaVinci HAD GPT, that's the most random thing I could ever think of. But I really hope this video was somewhat valuable, and if it did help, please leave a like and a subscribe. I would appreciate that. And I'll see you next time. Peace.